Hey YouTube, just got into cycling and I've been trying to find a way to prop up my bikes, and I didn't want one of those bike racks with multiple racks because the handlebars kind of get in the way and hit other bikes. I really just wanted single ones and I couldn't find anything online. I saw that kid with the upside down bucket and I didn't like it, so I decided to make my own, and this is what I came up with. And it works really well, so I'm going to show you how to make one. So I went to Home Depot and just found some wood. This is kind of like scrap wood, so it's really inexpensive. They're spray painted green because they're about 50 cents each. So what you're going to need per bike rack is going to be 2 of these, about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and you'll also need 2 of these. And this is about 1.5 inches by a little bit over 1/2 inch. In order to make the base, what I did is measured the handlebars. I wanted to use as little space possible or as needed and still have it not fall over. This one is about 18 inches. So that's what I'm going to go with, these bottom pieces right here, and also these support for the bottom of the tire, so 18 inches for the... For the front support, you basically measure from the bottom all the way to around the top of the tire when it starts curving, and I would give it about 2 inches of space above, so don't cut it right here, but 2 inches above that. The problem with this one is I forgot to factor in these 2 pieces, which they're about 3 inches, so I'm kind of stuck with 3 extra inches up here, or else it would have fit perfectly right here. And we do need about 1.5 inches, which is what the 2 inches are for, to put this as a support so the beams won't lean either way when the bike leans. Once these front beams are cut, you're going to have an excess piece, and those are going to serve to just help support this. This would be screwed in with 2 screws to the bottom plate, and then this 1 screw and 2 screws will connect you to this. It just gives it that extra support, like that they just don't fall over if the bike leans. So this extra piece is actually the excess of this cut, and that just ties in pretty well like that. After the wood is cut, in order to get the size of the beams, you need to find the midpoint of this, start in the midpoint, and then measure the tire width. And I would add about maybe 1/8 of an inch, so that it's not completely snug in there, but it does give it some room to move. It's going to be easier to take in, take out, and not mess with your tires. So about 1/8 of an inch here. Same thing with these beams. The width of the tire plus about 1/8 of an inch. So for screws, I went ahead and purchased these 100 count 2-inch screws and these 1.5 inch screws. Supposedly these are wood screws that won't need pre-drilling, no pre-drilling required. The problem is with this stand, I did see some cracks up here. Sorry for the focus, this camera doesn't really focus, and I saw some cracks here, so the rest of the ones I think I will pre-drill, just because this is really thin, so I don't want to keep getting these cracks. First of all, you're going to need 2 of the 2-inch screws, 1 here and 1 there, same thing on the other side. You're going to need 2 of them here. Now I did them far enough back because you are going to have some screws going in this way, and you don't want to hit these screws. So if you put them further back, when you put these in, they won't make connections with the other ones right there. Besides these screws and those screws, what you'll need is 2, and I use the 1.5 inch here. I staggered them diagonally so I don't have 2 going in straight. Kind of distribute just the hold so the wood won't shift. So I put 2 here, again leaving room with these screws so that it goes far enough in. This, my little nephew was helping me. He's about 2 years old, and this is what happened. So now I'm building them by myself. I did appreciate his help, but it did come out kind of weird. And you're going to have one 1.5 inch screw here and one 1.5 inch screw here. Once you build this piece right here, you'll have another 1.5 screw here and 1.5 screw right there. This was the first design that I built just as an alternative. What I did is use these L supports to connect these woods. It did help as far as the drilling, like that I have to worry about these things hitting, but these for a set of 4 was about $2, and that just increased the price. And again, I'm trying to make this cheap, so the other way works just as well. So this piece here is going to be the size of the wood doubled, and then the size of the tire with the 1/8 inch extra. Make sure you measure this, because this fell a little bit under 1.5 inches. It was actually 1 inch and 7/16. So if you get 1 inch and 7/16 doubled plus the inch of the tire and the 1/8 inch of extra room, this actually came out to exactly 4 inches. Again, sorry for the focus, but this camera doesn't focus, but it is exactly 4 inches, and that's what I'm going to cut for this support beam right here. So that's the breakdown how to build it. What I'm going to do now is actually just build one and show you the different steps, and find a new bike rack for my Trek 2.1. So here are my pre-cut woods. This is going to be the 2 bottom beams. These will lay on top going this way. This is the middle from which I'm going to go out for the tire right here, and these are the 2 front supports, and this is the excess, won't need that. And I just cut this out, which is going to go in between these 2 right here, and this is the excess cut in half for the extra support for the top of the tire. So this is my midpoint. This whole piece ran 18.5 inches, so, and the midpoint landed at 9.25 inch. This is going to be my wheel. When you divide that in half, I went out 9/16 and went out 9/16. That's going to be the inch and 1/8 space for the wheel. So I'm done making the base with 2 screws here, 2 screws here, same thing over here. This fell right at the line, and this also fell right at the line. The drill fell on me, but that's okay. And I ended up not pre-drilling, and as long as you run it slow and just be very careful when you tighten it down at the last second, like that, it won't create too much pressure and then split your wood. None of this got split, so good so far. Just to show you how I drill them, I put them in this wood first. It makes it easier to balance, and you make sure that they're flat at the edge there, and also you make sure that they're aligned with this piece here. Like that, you don't have this skewed frame, so make sure those 2 alignments are good, and then just put those screws in. Okay, so these are attached, and I've screwed these screws into there. This is the longer piece that was measured to go over the tire, and then subtracted the 3 inches, and this will lay on top of this like that, and these will be screwed in. I put the wrong ones here, so I had to switch them out, but that's okay, not a big deal. I just didn't want it to be short, so I took them out. So the screws are now in. Again, these right here are the 1.5 inch nails or screws. Now what's happened is that this kind of bowed a little bit because of the screws being put in. That's okay. This is going to prevent that. This is going to spread them out and give you support from them leaning sideways, but also give you the space that you originally designed. So this piece is in, it's fully assembled. The last thing I'm going to do is sand these edges. I would sand this one, every corner that would potentially make contact with the tire, in order to prevent splinters. I just bought the sanding sponge, so I'm gonna go ahead and sand those down. So now it's all smooth, and these edges down here, I flipped it this way, made sure I'd smooth this out right here, and also the back parts right here and along that edge right there. So now it's done. You can spray paint this if you want. I don't know, maybe spray some coating on it. It's up to you. Again, I'm trying to go for cheap, so let's see how my bike fits. So there you go, it's done. My Trek 2.1 has a home now. It fits really well. You can put the front tire in there, you can put the back tire in there, whatever you'd like. What I like about this is that you can have some accidents and the bike still won't fall. Let's say someone runs into it, someone pushes it, the tire moves, it really is going to hold it up. So it's pretty good in that respect. It's simple, it's cheap. With everything that I bought, it's going to come down to about $5 per bike. I'm making 7 of these, so it works out for me. To get the 4 pieces of wood, you're going to spend about $2.50 each piece. If you already have screws, then you're looking at $2 per bike. So very inexpensive, very functional, and it just looks good. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have fun making them, and that's it.